It's 3 a.m. The world outside your window is completely silent. Your body is heavy, your eyes are burning from exhaustion, and you are desperate for just a few hours of peaceful sleep. But inside your skull, a chaotic, loud theater is wide awake. Your mind is running a marathon at full speed, aggressively replaying a stupid, awkward mistake you made 5 years ago. Or perhaps it's hyper-focusing on an unfinished task you forgot to do today, making it feel like an absolute life-or-death crisis. You try to force your eyes shut. You change positions. You flip the pillow to the cold side. But the thoughts only get louder and darker. Why does your own mind choose the exact moment you need rest the most to torture you? Why does it feel like your brain is actively working against you? The brutal truth is, your brain isn't broken, and it doesn't hate you. It is simply running an outdated, prehistoric survival software in a modern, hyper-connected world. Thousands of years ago, hypervigilance at night kept our ancestors alive from predators. Today, that same biological mechanism is misfiring, transforming your daily modern stress into a midnight emotional nightmare. In this video, we are unlocking the 3 powerful psychological glitches that completely hijack your brain the moment the lights go out. More importantly, we will look at the cold, hard science behind them and give you the exact step-by-step psychological biohacks to shut them down before they permanently ruin your mental health and daily focus.
The first glitch is known in modern psychology as the Zeigarnik Effect. To understand how it wrecks your sleep, we have to travel back to a crowded restaurant in Berlin in the 1920s. A brilliant psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik noticed a bizarre anomaly while watching the waiters. A single waiter could remember a massive, incredibly complicated order for a table of 12 people without writing down a single word. He remembered who wanted what, the exact modifications, and the drinks. However, the exact second the bill was paid and the transaction was complete, something terrifying happened. If you asked that same waiter what the table had ordered just 2 minutes prior, his mind was a complete blank. He couldn't remember a single dish. This behavior revealed a fundamental, unyielding law of human neuroscience. Your subconscious mind absolutely hates unfinished cycles. When a task is initiated, your brain creates a specific high-priority mental tension. It opens a cognitive tab in your working memory, keeping that data on high alert and constantly burning background energy. The brain will keep pushing this thought into your conscious mind, demanding that you finish it. In our modern lives, we open dozens of these cognitive tabs every single day. You half-write an email, you delay a difficult conversation with a friend, or you look at a bill and decide to handle it tomorrow. During the day, your focus is occupied by social media, work, and distractions, so you don't hear the alarms. But at 3 a.m., when the external world goes completely silent, your brain looks at its internal dashboard and sees 20 open, blinking red alerts. To your prehistoric survival mind, an unfinished loop feels like an unresolved threat to your survival. It panics, floods your system with cortisol, and forces you awake to deal with it. The second glitch explains why your problems feel 10 times worse at night than they do during the day. This is called the Amygdala Hijack. During the daylight hours, your brain operates under a strict hierarchy. Your prefrontal cortex, the logical, rational, forward-thinking part of your brain located right behind your forehead, is in total control. When a stressful thought arises during the day, like a minor financial issue or a vague text message from your boss, your prefrontal cortex immediately filters it. It tells you, calm down, we can solve this tomorrow morning, it's not a disaster. It acts as the emotional shield of your mind. But at night, a biological shift occurs. As you prepare for sleep, sensory inputs drop, the room goes dark, and your logical prefrontal cortex goes to sleep first. It lowers its guard to recharge. Left completely unguarded, your emotional center, an ancient almond-shaped structure called the amygdala, takes total control of the ship. The amygdala does not understand logic, math, or time. It only understands raw emotion, fear, and survival. Without the logical filter of the prefrontal cortex, the amygdala takes a minor, insignificant daily worry and instantly blows it up into an existential catastrophe. A small argument with your partner is translated by the amygdala into, they are going to leave you and you will die alone. A minor mistake at work becomes, you are going to get fired and end up homeless. This is why you wake up sweating, panicking over things that look completely ridiculous and easy to solve the next morning at 10 a.m. Your emotional brain is simply telling you terrifying, distorted campfire stories in the dark because it lacks the logic to see the real world.
The final glitch is a purely modern disease, and it is likely the main reason you are struggling right now. It is called the dopamine debt. Think about how you spend your typical day. From the moment you wake up, you are flooding your brain with cheap, high-velocity dopamine. You scroll through short vertical videos, you listen to high-energy music, you drink synthetic caffeine, and you constantly check notifications. Your brain's reward system is pushed to its absolute biological limit. To protect itself from this extreme overstimulation, your brain undergoes a process called downregulation. It reduces the sensitivity of your dopamine receptors. It essentially builds a tolerance, requiring more and more stimulation just to feel normal. When midnight arrives, you finally make the conscious decision to put your phone on the nightstand and turn off the TV. Suddenly, your brain goes from receiving 100% constant stimulation to 0% absolute silence. This creates a sudden, brutal, and unnatural chemical crash. Your brain experiences literal withdrawal. It hates boredom because boredom to an overstimulated mind feels like starvation. To cope with this sudden deficit, your mind starts rapidly generating chaotic, high-stress, and dramatic thoughts. Why? Because stress and anxiety release cortisol and adrenaline, which act as a powerful chemical stimulant. Your brain isn't thinking at 3 a.m. because it has important problems to solve. It is generating terrifying scenarios simply because it is desperate for a chemical hit to wake up its numb receptors. You are not sad and you are not broke. You are simply addicted, and your brain is experiencing a midnight detox.
Now that you understand the mechanics of these three glitches, you hold the power to dismantle them. You do not need expensive sleeping pills. You just need to update your night software with a strict 3-step routine. Step 1 is the brain dump, designed to completely neutralize the Zeigarnik Effect. Every single night, 30 minutes before bed, open a physical paper notebook. Write down every single unfinished task, every worry, and exactly what you need to do tomorrow. Remember the science. Your brain cannot tell the difference between doing a task and planning a task on paper. By writing it down, you physically force your subconscious to close the cognitive tabs, giving you psychological permission to rest. Step 2 is to protect your amygdala by cutting off the blue light and high stimulation inputs at least 30 minutes before sleep. Give your prefrontal cortex time to step down gracefully rather than crashing it instantly with a sudden drop in stimulation. And finally, step 3 is to reframe the silence. When you lie in bed and the dark thoughts begin to swirl, do not fight them. Fighting them creates more stress, which releases more adrenaline. Instead, look at the thought objectively and say to yourself, this is just my amygdala telling campfire stories and my brain looking for cheap dopamine. It is not real. Your mind isn't a chaotic, random machine. It follows strict, predictable biological patterns. Once you control the mechanics of the machine, you control your life. If this deep dive helped you understand your mind tonight, hit the like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and explore our other videos to master the mechanics of your mind. Sleep well.